All right, guys. Next up, we have Dragon Age Inquisition. I played it. We kind of got back on. Well, I got back on this bandwagon because of all the talk of Dragon Age, the Veilguard, and how great that looks like it's going to be. So I was like, let me go back and play, this classic game that I put hours into. Too many hours.
Well, wait. I want to clarify for the audience. You played how many hours of the game before coming back to it recently?
Definitely over 100.
Perfect. That's what I want to hear.
I don't know exactly because I played some of it on Xbox and I played more of it on PC. Yeah. Before I played this, I had 80 hours on Xbox.
Yeah.
I mean, on PC. So I know I had more. And plus, modding started getting big at that time. So I was like, ooh, I want to mod this game.
Yeah.
There are a lot of mods for it. There's like some graphical mods and that's it. Because the UI sucks. And so sometimes the gameplay ain't the best, but we'll get into all that. Anyway, coming back to this, I was hoping I was trying to relive a lot of the moments that I can remember, especially the main theme of this game. I feel like it's some of the best video game music of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you listen to it, how it builds on itself and like it takes you on an adventure with different melodies and different tunes that come in and out, and then how it ends, I'm just like, God, we had such great music back in the day. Mm-hmm. I mean, it just reminds me of BioWare and like Mass Effect. Mass Effect had amazing music. You played Mass Effect, right?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't like more recently, was it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
It wasn't the OG.
No, I had to get rid of that game.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I played Mass Effect 2. I didn't play Mass Effect 1 because they released Mass Effect 2 for the PlayStation 3, I think I had at the time. I think.
Oh, okay. I was seeing you played only the re-release where they remastered it.
That's what I was thinking.
I played the one that they no shit came out with and everyone was raving about it. I was like, I want to play this game.
Yeah.
And it sucked me in too much. And I stopped doing a lot of things like going to the gym, my other little hobbies, hanging out with a girlfriend I had at the time.
Getting a shit bucket.
It fucking I was like addicted.
I can't come out.
And my ex, now ex, she told me, she's like, hey, you were playing this way too much. I'm like, I have issues with making decisions. It haunts me,
Like in the game?
Like, in the game, it haunts the fuck out of me. So I was like, yep, I'm done. So I returned the game, and it's great game. Love Mass Effect 2.
Gotcha.
But certain games...
No, it was great.
Certain games
fun.
I have to stop. Like Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes.
Oh, I have to calm down. And I can tell with this game, because I played an hour of it, I was just like, I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah. So definitely not as grand with choices, in my opinion, like Mass Effect was.
Okay.
Because the whole, because I think this game came out several years after the last one, which was Origins, I believe. I think they did something weird. It was like 1, 2, Origins. Mm-hmm. Inquisition is technically number 3. Okay. Brett's going to look that up for us because he's so awesome.
Pretty sure. I think Origins was, let me look it up.
It's something like that.
Didn't this one come out at the same time Witcher 3 or 2 came out? It came out around the same time?
I think it came out before.
Okay. I just remember being deployed
I
and
think
people
it came
were
out
playing
before.
those two games the most while I was in Iraq.
Let's see, The Witcher 3 release date. Because now I'm curious.
Sorry.
No, you're good. This is good. I mean, it reminds me, playing this makes me want to go back and play The Witcher now. Mm-hmm. Witcher came out on PS4, Windows, and Xbox in 2015. So 1 year after this was released.
Okay, so it was close.
Yep, very close.
Yeah, because I remember being deployed and people were fucking raving about The Witcher 3 and then raving about this. And I'm like, what is happening right now?
It was a good game, especially for that time. I mean, I really thought it was fun. Mm-hmm. It's definitely challenging at times, story-driven, the choices you can make that affect the game immediately and later on, just like most all the previous BioWare games would. And then, again, the music was just thrilling, sucked me in, helped me go forward.
Yeah, Origins first, then Dragon Age 2, then Dragon Age Inquisition.
Okay.
So I guess Origins was like a prequel.
Okay. Was there one before that?
Well, there was like DLCs and things like that.
I mean, before Origins, was there one before that?
I don't think so.
Oh, really? Oh. I guess I misheard something. Anyway, so I jump into this game, and I knew getting into an older game, which I have in the past, has always been a challenge, just because it can feel dated.
Yep.
And jumping into this game, definitely feel dated. The cutscenes were like at 24 FPS, which was, I felt like, pretty common back in the day. Like 24, like nothing was really like 60 FPS. I think some games were doing that, Maybe Brett can chime in on that because he played a lot of PC stuff.
Say that again.
On PC, was there a lot of like 60 FPS cutscenes back in the day? Because I feel like the common thing was like 24 to 30 FPS.
Yeah, they were all 30 and stuff. Yeah.
Just because of like what the hardware can actually pump out and stuff like that. So,
even still today, a lot of cutscenes stay 30 frames per second.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Depending on what you're playing.
So actually, the release dates of these games was Dragon Age Origins first, and then Dragon Age 2, and then Inquisition. But people say you should play it in that order.
Interesting.
So, weird.
Well, no shit, you have to play it in that order.
But I thought there was a weird like thing where like
I thought
the second one was actually like a prequel to the first one, like kind of thing or whatever. So
that's what I thought.
That's what I'm talking about, Dick.
Jesus.
We're in a different timeline of the world, so everything got switched up. Watching the cutscenes was definitely challenging. All my graphics were on high, so that wasn't a problem. Because I was over there trying to fix it. I was like, okay, surely there's something on my end.
Yeah.
No, it's not. The camera angles were fairly good, and the pacing, at least in the beginning, was like you kind of get straight into it, which is nice. But if you're not familiar with the games or familiar with this game, you kind of don't know what's happening. But that kind of helps lend to the story because you get captured and you're like the survivor of this explosion that happened that opened a rift in the sky. And so everyone's like, who the hell are you? And you're like, I don't even know.
On your hand.
Your hand's glowing and it's shocking your ass.
Lubing you up.
Yeah.
Dude, the beginning of this game of Inquisition actually feels a lot like what they showed us in the Veilguard. Am I crazy?
I kind of agree with you a little bit.
Freaking portals open up and shit.
Oh,
Like, start them down. Like,
well, I mean, that's the same thing. It's taking place right after.
Oh.
So I don't know how the game ends, actually. I've never got to finish it because of the difficulty at the time.
Okay.
And I've tried to go back and play it, and then hearing Travis talk about it just seems super daunting because you get to this one point in the game that's only the halfway point, and you've already put like, I don't know how many hours into the game.
Damn.
Because there's a lot of content in this, especially for BioWare.
So I mean, there was so many. When I was playing through, I was like, there's a billion like things on the map to go. It's like an Ubisoft game.
Oh, yes.
So many things on the map.
Oh, dude, it just gets overwhelming. Anyway, so getting past the first part and learning how to play the game, which is also very daunting because, or not daunting, but it was kind of a slog because of how dated the game is. The big prompts that pop up, like they don't mesh well with the game, in my opinion. And the text, I'm sure you hate the font. The font is just awful.
Oh yeah, that all caps font is horrible design.
And I mean, I like to play action RPGs. So like The Witcher is something that kind of just like resonates in my mind for something like this. Even Baldur's Gate, but that doesn't have you like third person down below. And so this one, they have the tactical mode, and they teach you that, and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck
about that. That annoyed the shit out of me. I was like, is there a purpose? I don't want to do this.
Technically, that's how you play this game.
Hey,
and that's how the other games were. But I never played that.
So you're supposed to have played it like
tactical mode
turn-based.
The gameplay for this. And
but that's so weird because like the game forces like the game by default is like real time.
Yeah,
right. It's like that. I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
I didn't like that. Anyways,
but it's kind of like, I mean, it's like Mass Effect because you got tactical mode in Mass Effect where you could pause time and tell your guys to do stuff.
But that's just like to give orders to your team
and everything. You take control. Well, you can take control of anybody in that game too.
Well, I'd rather just give them orders. That's what it was like whenever I was whenever I was playing through this, because I recently downloaded it because I never played it before. Everything you're saying is like correct, hands down. But the tactical mode, I was really hoping for more of a quick response, like, hey, go do this. I know a lot of games did that back then where it was just like it's a prompt, you just hit and they go and attack or do something like that. I understand the tactical mode, I get it, but it's just not my gameplay style. I'm not hating on it. It was done pretty well, and I didn't like the fact about like switching characters and then upgrading characters. It just like there was too much going on all at once.
Well, I use it. Did you see the auto leveling for the other characters?
Yeah, I did see that. I did.
That's what I was doing there. Yeah.
And I've always done that for this game.
Okay.
I've gone in and tried to like do builds for each character because you can do some really cool stuff that could be very interesting. But for what I'm trying to do right now is just digging into the story and try to get through that. But
I gotcha.
But it's cool. Like, it's cool to do different builds, and then you can do different builds. And they have an item you can buy in Haven that allows you to reset your abilities.
Oh shit!
Yes. Yeah. So if you make a mistake,
because I'm playing the ranger character or whatever, but like I didn't know, and maybe this changes later on, but like you can only equip one weapon. Like I thought I could have like, I thought I could have like a bow and like daggers. So I was like, oh, there's like a dagger run and there's a bow run. So I put some stuff over here and some stuff over here, and I was like, shit, I can only have a dagger or a bow. I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah,
I feel like the Rangers should have the ability to like do close combat,
right?
But it's like I can only like
there's limitations.
Shoot bows, you know,
right. Right. Yeah, there's just limitations of what they're trying to create. And no, I totally get that.
Yeah.
So if you go there, you get the first one is like 1 gold, and then after that you have to pay 300 and something for each reset. Which is nice that they thought of that. Actually, I don't think that was originally there. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Anyway, so you get past the intro, you finally get to the hinterlands. You get through that slog, because even when I was doing that, I felt just like you. I was like, do I even want to play this? This game is like,
but still,
it might not even be worth it.
Like I said, the game should hook me in the first hour.
Oh,
it should most definitely hook me with the gameplay and all that. The gameplay was fine. It was okay. But once again, I think my mistake is that I didn't play this as soon as it came out.
Yes.
Because I played so many other better games that it could be improved. And I think that's why I'm excited for Dragon Age Vanguard now.
Veilguard.
What, Veilguard?
Yeah, Veilguard.
I'm excited for that one now just because of the fact that like it did look improved a lot. Even though like it's not the same theme, which I'm not too excited about, because like this is more darky, edgier, feels like Game of Thrones. The other one feels more like, I hate to say it, because Travis says it all the time, like Fortnite-ish and a little bit upbeat a little bit. You know what I mean? And
way too upbeat.
I don't know, but I know they're going to improve on the gameplay mechanics in the new one. And that's what I'm kind of excited for. Because I did enjoy this world, and I'm hoping it's going to be kind of the same, like you said, with the music, with the themes and stuff like that. Well, theme is kind of up there a little bit, but it seemed a lot fast. It was more fast-paced in the trailer that we saw.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep an eye on it and want to see more gameplay, and then that's going to debate if I'm going to like pick this game up or not.
Yeah.
Well, the new one. This one, I'm not hating on it. I see the value of this game completely. It's just, it is dated.
Yeah.
That's my only issue.
Yeah. For the time, it was great.
Oh yeah, for the time, probably amazing.
We didn't have a lot of action RPGs that were, I'm gonna call this D&D.
Yeah.
Like related.
100%.
Because that's what it feels like to me. Mm-hmm. Like we didn't have The Witcher just yet. We didn't have Baldur's Gate, which is like the true D&D experience in a video game. And all we had was Skyrim. So like going from Skyrim and like being first person and doing all this stuff, like, yeah, the story was like whatever, but the gameplay was cool. And this one kind of had more of like, you have the story for the most part, at least for the time, you had the gameplay, and you had all the dialogue choices. And I mean, obviously now like going into the hinterlands and going through some of these other areas, like the graphics still hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very impressed.
You just like look out into the wilderness or the sea or whatever, and I'm just like, wow, I can't believe they actually did this with this game. I mean, all the way back then, like I have my graphics set up all the way. I can only imagine having my graphics set to max back in the day when this came out. Like my computer would be chugging.
Yeah, right.
I'd be getting like 10 frames a second. Brett, how was your experience jumping in? How far did you get?
I got about just over 3 hours in.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did the intro. I went to Haven. I met all the people. I went to the hinterlands, did some shit there, and then got enough power to then go back to the war map and like unlock a couple new, or send out some people to do some missions, and then dropped in another location. Kind of did a few missions there.
Yeah.
So I experienced some of the closing the rifts, and I did some of the story missions, and just found all this shit to explore and run around and grab a bunch of stuff. I even went into one of those fetch questy things where it's like kill 10 animals and bring it back to get some cool weapon or whatever. But it definitely was better than I expected it to be, considering the age. Like if it wasn't for like the UI of the game, I think I would have probably kept playing more of it. I was just like, just there's so many games that we need to play and keep up with. Now it's like it's hard to go back to this game that I know is like a 50, 60, 70 hour game and commit that time to that this much later in the space. But it did get me wanting to play the Veilguard because of this. I wish I had played this when it came out. Yeah. And I wish I listened to Travis and been like, yeah, let me jump into it because but but I don't know if I would have enjoyed it back then because like I was not an RPG guy back then. Mass Effect was the only RPG I would ever play. And then now, like having just come off of Baldur's Gate, I'm like hyped for like something in this realm, you know?
Right.
And this would have been something that I think would have grabbed me.
It'd be cool if someone did like a massive overhaul mod for this game.
They really need to like, honestly bring out like what they did for Mass Effect, like the remastered collection, essentially.
I have a feeling that might be on the table since they're coming out with a new one. Possibly.
Yeah.
Well, they should have done this, like revamp this, and then come out with. So people are like, "Oh, I can play this and then be caught up, and now go straight into the the Veilguard," and they not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was pretty critically acclaimed at the time.
Oh,
I mean,
was.
This is the heyday of BioWare.
Yeah.
I think I read something that it won like over 150 game awards or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, the world's beautiful. I started rewatching Game of Thrones because of this and because because I'm watching House of Dragons as well.
Yeah.
And it just, I love being in this style world. And I don't know. I'm hoping Veilguard, what was it called?
Veilguard.
The Veilguard.
The Veilguard will be improved with the UI and just the game mechanics alone. I can imagine it will be. And I will probably enjoy it. A lot of fans of Dragon Age probably won't. I hate to say it because so far it's not looking well.
I mean, I do say the UI looks cleaner, and I mean, especially like the dialogue stuff, like is very similar to what this is. It's basically the same. And then the gameplay, the actual combat looked a lot more fluid. And
it looked fluid and smooth.
More Witchery, where you can kind of do more stuff.
Yeah.
This one is more of like, you go up, you hold the button down, you hack and slash.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
it felt more like an MMO. Yeah.
Like, wow, you just like hold and it's just like, okay, auto attack.
And that was another thing that kind of turned me off a little bit about it. I was kind of like, I wasn't expecting this, especially after watching the latest trailer for the new one. I was just like, oh, I thought it'd be a little bit similar to that.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't like when I first jumped. I get why they did it, but I didn't like having to like when I was moving around, like WASD is just like straight, like it just turns awkwardly. You have to hold down right click to have the more natural movement through the world.
Playing on controller.
But how did it work on the controller?
Oh, it worked great.
Was it just like you just move your cursor?
Yeah,
and
you just
like
move your cursor.
And then does the right stick like let you kind of like you can strafe to the right side, but then look to the left?
Like normal, like a third person game. You can just do whatever. It felt fine.
On the thing here, it's like they made it to where you had to hold down right click to do that same motion that because it allows you your freedom of using your mouse to like send commands to your skills and change stuff. So I get that, but it was just annoying.
Play it on controller.
It was just awkward.
It felt fine.
I already installed it. So
okay.
Too many other games to play, but it is. I was pleasantly surprised and. It has there was a lot of content in here.
Yes,
the stories.
You go to the hinterlands.
Decisions. Yeah,
there's just quests everywhere, things to do everywhere. And for me, when I first played this, I'd always get stuck in the hinterlands because for me it was like, here's an area I got to clear all the quests. I got to do all the things before I move on.
Me.
Yeah,
and so then you start facing people there who are like super powerful, and it's like looking back how I played it and how am I playing it now? It's like I want to play the story. So I'm like leaving places. I'm leaving hinterlands. I'm going to Haven. I'm unlocking new areas that I could go to because the war table allows you to gain power, and doing things in the hinterlands allows you to gain power in order to unlock other areas. And you go there and you find new people. So you start to grow your group that you can pick from.
That was also an interesting mechanic. The war table situation,
war table
like
awesome.
Traveling around to different regions and stuff like that. And you can like fast travel so easily between regions and just like explore this area for a while and collect points and then go over here and collect some points. And
I'm surprised it isn't more of a big thing because playing WoW recently, they have this in the Battle for Azeroth, and you can select missions. You can get people. You acquire agents that go and complete missions for you that bring you back gold or different kind of special items and stuff. And so I felt like in this game, playing this using the war table was interesting because I felt like I was really in charge of like this giant army.
Yeah.
Like this group of people who were really affecting the world and going out and using spies or using intrigue or just straight up using the army to go
When did Assassin's Creed had the mechanic at one point where you can send assassins out to do shit for you?
Oh, the Brotherhood.
Was that Brother? Okay, that's what it was.
They introduced it in they introduced it in Brotherhood where you recruit assassins and then you slowly level them up and you send them out on missions. You can't go do the mission.
Right. Yeah.
But depending on the percentage.
Same kind of thing like here, though. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Which I thought that was kind of neat. Like, I wasn't sure. When did Brotherhood come out?
2010.
Okay, so they kind of may have introduced that concept to the world, maybe. So,
but those are like single agents. And this is technically, I guess you have single agents.
Yeah, I mean, you're sending a person out there.
The map, and it's like this is the world we're affecting right now.
Yeah,
that was so fun.
So like something like that, I think was like this is a great aspect to it. I thought it was like a whole new because I remember doing it, but like actually going back and seeing how it all performed now was like okay. This is interesting.
Damn, now you make me want to play goddamn Brotherhood. Dude. I love doing that. I send out my assassins, and then you can have them with you as well to like kill other people.
Yeah, dude, that was good.
Yeah, that was nice.
Sorry, we're talking about.
You're good. You're good.
I will say though, playing this got me a little bit more excited about Veilguard.
Yep.
Even though again, I think the art style is the wrong choice. I feel like I'm excited for a modern take on this game.
Same.
And all the characters are the same, which is good. So, there is that part of it. And who knows, maybe we might be surprised and we get in. It's like, oh, this is actually kind of a nice, like, new take on.
I think the update with the gameplay mechanics and to keep the story line kind of going, the theme to the story, I think will do phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm curious if your character will carry over from Inquisition.
I don't know if it did. I know that all the other ones did.
It's not. It can't. There's just no way.
Really?
So for this one, at the beginning of the game, I'm sure you saw, you can actually import a world.
Yeah.
And that was from the last game.
Okay.
To kind of, just like most BioWare games.
Yeah,
It carries on the story.
Yeah.
And you get to see those effects that you've done in the past. And so obviously you can start this game with a completely fresh story. So they lay out the story the way they feel like it should be.
Okay.
I assume it's going to be the same way. I don't see any way that they're able to integrate what happened in
some of the same
Inquisition.
So the Veilguard will let players choose what happened in the previous game and will carry content over. But it's not a save game carryover.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm
basically what's going to happen is you're going to be
you pick
the parents, but also their background, including the choices. So you basically choose the choices that you made leading up to the end of Inquisition. So you kind of like pick again. They're not going to carry over a save file because things have changed so much over time.
Right.
But you will be able to. They're putting a lot of thought into the design of how that system works, so that you can bring in what happened and occurred, the main key moments of that.
Awesome.
And you can also bring over your background and then your appearance, I guess, too.
That's cool. Sweet.
Okay. Well,
that's interesting. Okay. Very cool.
But obviously, I didn't have a past experience.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Travis has like 10 of them. He has to fucking pick which one.
Yeah.
I know Travis has played every single option possible in this game.
Watch the things flip, and like Travis is going to be like so against this game, he's not going to play it, and then we're going to be the ones now convincing him to play
it.
I may get it just so I can give a definitive decision of like, okay,
yeah, I want to play it.
Here's my opinion.
But the only way I'm going to play it is whenever I see more stuff, because this is something I'm going to watch. Unlike Star Wars Outlaws, I'm refusing to watch anything about that. But with this one, I want to watch and see.
Yes.
And then also if it's free on Game Pass. Well, if it's on Game Pass day one, then
yes,
I will get it.
Awesome. Well, yeah. I think that's it. Overall, like I've really enjoyed my time with it. You just gotta get past the datedness of some of these aspects of this game. It is very hard. There's several games I go back and try to play, and I'm just like, ugh, I just can't do it. No. But I know I loved it. I mean,
some games hold up pretty well.
Yeah.
But a lot is just like
I want to go back and play The Witcher now.
Dude, that game.
And you can mod that game.
Yeah,
and
I want to go back and play The Witcher 3.
Like you can make it play like current gen stuff. Or just they're super close.
That was another game that I had to stop because I was like, this is too much. This is just. I appreciate when games do that, and whenever it's like it does like take over everything.
Right.
But like sometimes I'm just like, I just need something. Just pick the story for me. Just let me let me do things for a little bit.
So I feel you.
Dragon Age: The Veilguard is not coming to Game Pass on day one.
Yeah, I figured it wouldn't.
Damn.
It's put too much money into it.
I'm gonna have to watch a little bit more gameplay before I bite the bullet on that one.
Yeah.
So if you guys think that you might like it, I think it's worth picking back up. Just get past the old stuff. And especially those who already know they love this game, I think you're going to have a lot of good time with it. At least it'll prep you for the Veilguard if that's what you want to do. So
Yeah.
Wait, now this other article is saying it is on. I don't understand it anymore.
We'll find out soon.
I'm pretty sure it won't be.
Stay tuned, y'all.
It's good shit.